Aw, yeah. New battery day, woo! So this is the 60 amp hour battery, the extended range battery that we are going to use in the kits. It literally just got here today, and we are gonna go rip on it. Sun is going down. Let's get into it. Open sesame. Aw, yeah. Feels so good to get back out. We have the 60 amp hour battery on this bike, a slight upgrade from the 48 that we previously did. If you saw our test video for range recently, this is approximately 25% larger. If you didn't see it, I'll put it in the link down below in the description. And likewise, thanks for coming along. This is going to be the exact same ride that we did before, just up and down city streets, the same exact route. We are staying in speed level 1, reason being I need to have a flat baseline in comparison to the 48 amp hour battery so that I can definitively say this is the exact amount of range that you will get more based on doing the same exact riding. So trying to limit the amount of variables that are different. Woo! Squeak, squeak, squeak. I don't know why that front brake is real squeaky. Let's see if this little electric bike can trip a traffic light. I don't think it can. Oh no. It's been like 2 minutes already. I'm about to just go. I believe there's a red dead law in Ohio. Tell you what, just because I don't know and there is a traffic camera right there, we're gonna turn right here. Call it a day. Whee! Oh, this is like the first time I've ever been out actively shooting video when the sun's going down. It is so beautiful right now. I hear another big boy. Oh, it's a Z! Nice! Oh, this is the part where I want to get on it, and I know I can't. I can't do it. I need to test my range. Oh, man. What a bummer. I love finding friends in the wild. There is no greater feeling, especially on small bikes, because we're few in numbers anyways, at least where I'm at. And if you can find small bore riders out in the wild, all right, let's go make some friends. This is what it's all about. Squeaky brake. What's up, dude? I love the colors, man. It's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, there was too much money. Are you local? Yeah. Oh, cool. I hardly ever see anybody else riding. Yeah. It's all I can do to just not tear on this dude. All right. Gotta stay out of it though. Speed level 1. So much fun. He must have just got that too because he had a little temp tag on it. So in our last range test video, we went ahead and tested our more city riding styles, which is what this is. We're gonna keep it below 45 and we're gonna include some stops in here as well. And that'll give us a good idea for a breakdown on range, given having stops with the regen. And we're gonna do the exact same test on the same roads, same lights, everything, just to get the same variables. We're gonna bust a UE here. Whee! Oh, you know what? I didn't bring my phone. Yes, I did. It's in my back pocket. What a horrible choice. I almost lost that. I don't have a phone mount on this bike? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, guys, rookie mistake. All right, so we're gonna run this. That sucks. We're gonna run this down to about 50% because more than likely my battery is gonna die on my video before I actually hit full charge, running it empty. So we're gonna do 50% and then extrapolate that down to double approximately. You do lose, I always say build in about 5% of variable just so you can account for, you don't want to run your battery completely to zero. It's horrible on your battery, but this will at least give us a good idea. God, I am such an idiot. Why do I not have a phone charger on this? Quad lock. I need to buy more quad lock pieces. They're so dang expensive. So periodically I'm going to have to pull out my phone like a dunce. Oh, that's a red light. Yeah, brake. Oh, God. Man, today is not the day. Striking out on all accounts. Sick, bro. Do Mustangs still eat people the way they used to? I know that was a big thing like, I don't know, 2 years ago. Feel like it hasn't gone away though, right? Man, this bike is stupid low. I had to do it for the kids to be able to test the extremes, but definitely not my preference. It does make me a little nervous. That's an understatement. Very nervous, but at least I know I have factory lean angles, which is great. You wouldn't think it when you look at the bike, but fully loaded, it definitely does. So one of the things in city riding that you have to account for is your regen braking. So if you're familiar with electric already, you know well that regen braking helps restore energy back into the battery. If you're coming from a gas bike, it's a whole new thing because it's almost the opposite. In a gas bike, you don't want to slow down. Granted, you want to maintain momentum anyways on any bike, but when you slow down on an electric bike, it's not as nearly as detrimental because you're not necessarily using way more fuel to get going like you would on a gas-powered bike. So it's kind of twofold, and so your range does tend to go up in city riding because of that. I should have got that guy's number because friends, you need friends. It's the hardest thing though. Like with that, all I wanted to do was just switch it to super and just rip it. And the dude would have like dropped his jaw, but for science, you must be disciplined. Oh, it's real windy. Blowing me around. There's something about riding at this time of day. It is just so beautiful with all the sunlight peeking through the trees. And hopefully I get done with this video before it gets dark because I have my tinted visor on. And if you've ever ridden in the nighttime with tinted visors, it sucks. It is horrible. No bueno. Another thing that's cool about this battery, it is a larger amp hour, same battery size, but we used a different cell. So in the standard range battery, we went ahead and ran an Eve 40 cell. It's essentially the same, I shouldn't say the same size because the Samsung cell that's in this is slightly larger in storage capacity. They're very different in how they operate. The Eve cell kind of outputs more continuously easier. With less voltage drop, they tend to get a little less hot at higher demands on that battery. But for this build, because it's much lighter and we don't really use the full capacity of what batteries give people, we can go ahead and use the Samsung cell to get that extended range and still be well within our amperage that we need on a takeoff. Even on our super mode, it's still well within our peaks on continuous. Really excited about what kind of numbers this will put out. It is a bit more expensive, but you're getting a little bit more value behind the build itself. All batteries as a whole are going to be more expensive now, especially with tariffs coming in because they got rid of a million things. Batteries used to be covered kind of under like a green law, so to speak. So because it was more eco-friendly, kind of got leeway and less tariffs paid. And then you also had a minimus rule, which is basically anything under $800 got waived without tariff. Anyways, end tariff talk because I'm sure you've heard a million about that. Let's talk about mini bikes and happiness. Yay! Mini bikes and happiness. I am thankful to say that I believe we are officially past freezing weather here in Ohio. You can actually get out and ride and enjoy the day a lot more, do more vlogs. I love getting out and just riding and talking to you guys. Thanks for coming along. Appreciate you. If you haven't already, sub to the page. I appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see build. Let me know what kind of tests you want to see. I know in the future we have planned the E-Ruck versus E-Grom. We got to get it to the drag strip. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. So any sort of recommendations or what you'd like to see, let me know. I appreciate you. Any excuse I can get to get out on the bike, share it with the world, I am all for it. If you haven't seen it from any of our past videos, we are doing demo rides at the Smoky Mountain Smallbore Rally on the Gen 3 Grom that we swapped. So if you are going to the Smoky Mountain Smallbore Rally in June, highly recommend. Rip on it. It's free. Come enjoy what electric is. I built it for you. So check it out, please. And then after the rally, hopefully, we're going to sell it. So anyone that might want it, they can get it pretty much at my cost to build it. Now would be a good time to go ahead and try to pull out my phone. And we'll connect to the battery. Can't be a mess. Check this out. This is all in Chinese, so hopefully I can connect to it. Sometimes I have to get with a charger to connect to it. There's my Ace Pro. There's, yay, there it is. Sick. All right, so we dropped 8%, and we did 6 miles. So let's multiply that by 10. So, I mean, even that's really good. Hey, it's our friend again. So that calculated out would be about 60 miles with still 20% left on the battery. So that's really good. That's on par with how I believed this battery to be about 25% more range. Our last range video that we did on the blue 3rd gen had the standard battery with the 48 amp hour. So that one netted 62 miles, and this one should, in theory, hit about 75 or 80. So good numbers so far. We're going to go ahead and put another, 12 miles or so, and then check it back. Cruising all around. Hey, this light actually trips for me. Look at that. How friendly. The joy of small bikes. It's like, wait a minute, that's not a play school bike? Are you kidding me? Play school, play school. Aw, look at the little dogs. You know what's crazy? So, growing up, it wasn't uncommon for people to walk dogs down the road, or they would pay people to have other people come and walk their dogs for them. So now you're starting to see the evolution of business models. And so now there's people that will literally show up in a van and walk your dog in their van on treadmills, or they'll come and do cleanings and different exercises and trimmings. And I love it. I love to see entrepreneurial spirit. And in today's world where everything is all about convenience, what a genius cash grab. If you are in that business model, congratulations, because you are so smart. So smart. We have a German Shepherd, and she is a handful as far as shedding. They call them German shedders, or like along the lines of Huskies with the husky dust everywhere. If you own either of these breeds, you know full well, and there's other breeds that definitely shed a lot, but they just require a ton of maintenance in terms of cleaning them and brushing and all that stuff. So, you know, prime example of those people are direct targets of that market, and kudos for people to take advantage of that, because why not? Big bumps, slow bike. It's scary. I love the whine of the electric motor. It is so awesome, especially with the chain. So we also have the E-Rock, and that has a belt drive on it, and it is otherwise pretty silent. So it's nice to get the feedback when you're riding on the chain drive. It's not super loud, but you definitely hear that whine, which is nice. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're not used to electric at all, having the completely silent ride is really neat, but it's definitely a different feel and experience. Both cool in their own ways. Grass on the road. Cannot stand. I don't know if it's legal where you are, but I cannot stand when people do that. There is nothing more dangerous than grass on the road. And I get it. A lot of people, the argument, well, oh, you can ride around it. But sometimes you can't. And especially on small bikes like this, you have such a small surface patch that you are actually contacting the road with a 12-inch wheel. It is like riding on glass and your wheels are ice skates. Like, it's horrible. I personally have not known anyone to wipe out due to that, but it is very much a threat. You hear about it all the time. Should definitely be illegal. That's my take on it. I digress. No matter what I can do, I'm always doing 5 over accidentally. That's the love of electric. Even with a little bit of that feedback, I still have yet to learn it 100% and know what noise pitch is what I'm after for different speeds. It's a lot easier to tell on a gas bike just because each gear has its own kind of sound to it. Big bumps. Oh, God. This bike this bike has all of like 1.5 to 2 inches of clearance when it's compressed. It sounds like a good amount, but when you're actually riding, sometimes as little as like this with a different patch of road that's slightly raised up can really sneak up on you. So you gotta watch. It's really just the manholes you gotta pay attention to. Potholes obviously, but it's the manholes you never expect. You never expect those. Diving into the electric world has been so much fun. I think especially when you start breaking down how batteries are built. I personally would never build a battery just because of how unsafe it can be if you don't know what you're doing. And I don't. I know the science behind it. I know what kind of cells you want to do certain things and how you put them together. But as far as building the actual equipment, not a chance. I'll keep that with the professionals. That's why I like Amorge. But it's been so cool to learn what individual cells do and which ones have different power outputs and displacements and voltage sags and how much they can maintain. And there's so much behind every little cell that makes up your battery, and it's just really neat. And I also love informing people of that, because a lot of the times it's really easy to think about batteries in terms of amp hours and amp hours alone, but that doesn't tell the true story, because not all batteries, even though it might have a higher stored capacity, it might not perform the same way as a lower stored capacity cell would do under certain conditions or loads. So it's important that you take in a bigger picture than people just saying like, oh, it's this capacity, so it's larger, so it's better. It's not necessarily bigger is better. It's what you are using for and how you're going to use that cell, and that would determine if you want a bigger capacity or a certain output or anything like that. So in my case, this bike does not need a super strong, robust, high discharging sell under long periods, because realistically, I keep everything on this bike under about 240 amp. And even at 240 amps, this thing will pull 18 kilowatts. And 18 kilowatts on a Grom is really fast. You don't need more than that. Frankly, if I offered more than that, I wouldn't feel comfortable selling it because it's so dangerous in the wrong hands. Once we get to about 20 miles, we'll pull the phone back out again, because the one thing I've learned from this video is that I'm a dunce and I need a phone mount. So pull that out, check our amp hour storage energy that's left. And again, we are going to run this to about 50% just to equally compare how we did our last test with the 48 amp hour battery. Depending on if I actually have video life left at 50%, I'm going to switch it to super and enjoy it because I need to. You need to. It's so fun. So I just hooked it up to my laptop and did some more tuning the other day. And the difference between how I have it set up in speed level 1 versus super is it's approximately 50% of your output. So even if you're fully pinned, you're only going to pull about 9 kilowatts as opposed to 17 to 18 at peak on super. So it's a massive difference, especially when you're doing like takeoffs or quick like throttle blip. The takeoffs, I'm still not used to it. Just the aspect of just twist and go, and a lot of times if you're not paying attention, it can kind of buck you if it's too hard. And I even tuned in a soft start, so it's slightly incrementally inclined, the throttle is. So even if you like pull it, it's going to give you a little bit of delay. Man, he's doing circles too! Friends! Making friends. That's the best. Honestly, my favorite part about riding is meeting different people. The amount of people that you meet. And the small bore community as a whole is good for that. That's why I go down in June every year. Smoky Mountain Small Bore Rally is so much fun. And it seems like every year I always stay with somebody new. So new friends, new experiences, new memories. And now, especially since I've been in the small bore community for a good amount of time, you start to really modify things and start to make things, I mean, this is kind of included. It's not really a bore of anything, but you're taking the small bore platform and really tuning it and pushing its limits, which is really fun to see. I mean, the builds that you see down there, anything from R7 swaps and 800 to 1000 cc Groms that are completely transformed. Like at that point, they're not Groms anymore, but you can still really appreciate the work that somebody puts into that. And a lot of people say, well, why would you do that? And I'm here to tell you, because we can. It's just so fun. Making things do what they were never meant to, safely, of course, but enjoying things like myself, example, I have a massive addiction for small bore bikes. I just like the platform. I like the size. They're easy to kind of rip around whenever you want. Yeah, rip is the rip around sound. So if you weren't aware. So having that small platform, but be able to cram a massive motor or something with bigger power into it and still have the maneuverability is so much fun. Like, why would you not want that? I don't understand. And generally speaking, most of the people that I always hear hating on small bikes are people that have never sat on one. So do yourself a favor and at least sit on one. At least do that. Oh, interrupting today's video to tell you, if you own a Grom and have been considering carbon fiber panels, please reconsider. Oh God, nothing but heartache comes from this. You pay so much money. I love the look of carbon fiber, but did they not fit well? So I went with Hot Bodies. I know there's, I think, 2 or 3 different companies. So I went with Hot Bodies because I knew it was kind of a well-named brand. You know, everything looks beautiful, but when you go to put it on, things do not fit. The amount of things that I had to shave and Dremel and crack, the amount of, oh man, cracked carbon fiber, it makes you want to cry. Thankfully, all of them were tabs on the inside, but I went ahead and reached out to a few people that had carbon fiber things, and they're like, yeah, absolutely, this is a thing. Would never do it again. So there's that. If you're considering it, I would probably steer clear, unless maybe you got a deal on some used parts or something. I wouldn't do it. Just don't do it. Save yourself the heartache. I'm gonna pass this dude every single time we do a lap back. That's hilarious. And it kind of sucks because if I wasn't doing this video, I would go ride with him. But range testing for science. I've had so many people reach out to me and ask about the extended battery, and I finally have it, and I need to do it right now. So currently my wife is at home putting the children to bed. And I said, hey, would you mind if I dip out to make a video real quick? She goes, no, it's cool. Thank you. I have the best wife ever. Since we're on the topic of wives, she also made me dinner while I was working on the bikes. This is love. You can't beat it. Oh, salmon patty, so good. Brought it out to the garage, finished up the Grom, and I said, Hey, thanks for the food. I'm going to go riding. Okay, bye. Put the kids to bed. What a good thank you, right? Oh man, I'm such a crappy husband. Hey, since I like to hide things in the videos, if you're watching this right about this time, I need you to type out rutabaga in the comments below, and I'll send you some stuff. Oh, I can't run that. There's a traffic light. Ah. So yeah, rutabaga. Don't know what it is. Never eaten one. Never tried to spell it. So I would definitely be Googling that if I were you. I'm so bad at spelling. It's a problem. I build bikes and do math. I went to school for engineering. I don't need to spell things. So in doing these test videos, I essentially broke down speed ranges for battery output and range based on two different criteria. One was a city riding style, which was basically anything under 35-ish, 45, and then a rural riding, which was 45 and over. And then what that also did is it helps break down for, in a city aspect, how you have more braking and regenning, versus in a more rural aspect, when you're doing these higher speed roads, you're not braking nearly as much, thus not regenning as much, so you would net a lower range in rural just because you're outputting a lot more and not restoring any of that battery energy back into it. And so with this is the first day out in the extended battery, and we are doing the city ride. It's so funny when you're not on a Grom with an aftermarket exhaust, you realize how quiet the world is, because half the time when you're on a Grom, it's so loud. And I get it. I mean, I'm the same way. I want my Grom to be loud. It's a small bike. I want people to see me. I want to be safe. In that same aspect, it can get really annoying, especially if you're in a large group of people. Oh man, just big angry bees everywhere, being angry at the world. Like I just turned on that road back there behind those vans, and they were quiet, and I was quiet, and it was very strange. I really like these controls. Have quite a few different options that a normal Grom doesn't have. I have hazards, which is cool. Hopefully I never really have to use them, but when I stop on the side of the road, I can do so, and people know that. It has a park, which is really nice. Park allows you to not be able to pull the throttle. So in this case, because you don't need a clutch to go, it's literally just twist the throttle and go. So park is something you need to stay safe. Whenever I'm stopped, I always make sure to hit that, just in case. You never know. All it takes is a little blip, like, I don't know, say you drop your phone because you don't have a phone mount, and you bend over to pick it up on the ground, and you hit your throttle, and suddenly your bike's running away from you. No bueno. I did not know this was 25. I've been doing 35 through here. Whoops. This is fine. Oh, this is all 25. Since when? Definitely have not been doing that. I swear, they must have just put that sign up this morning. That's what it was. They just changed that. I wish they would have told me. Man, that is glorious to see a full battery at 20 miles. Granted, this isn't 100% accurate. When I check my phone, it'll say that we're down 15-20% at least, I would think. To be able to see it on my display, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I have a lot of battery left, which is great. Let me tell you, in electric, range anxiety is a very real thing. Range anxiety. If you've ever been on electric, there is nothing worse than going out and being like, oh no, I didn't watch how far I went. Now I'm going to have to push this stupid bike back home because I can't stop at a gas station. So it definitely has its perk. You have that instant power right now, but it's not unlimited. And so it's a trade-off. Guy in front of me is cruising on an e-bike, and I definitely think you'd get ticketed here. You got to be careful. It's the very reason why I swapped the Grom. Just the legality of it. It's such a gray area, and depending on what kind of cops you get, you're really setting yourself up to just get nailed for dumb stuff. You'd think they have something better to do than just ticket people for riding an electric bike around that can maintain speed just fine. Like, this shouldn't be a problem. All right, so we just rolled 20 miles. Once we get up to the end of town here, we'll go ahead and stop, check the phone, see where we're at. Oh, that doggy's so tiny. Little dachshund. How cute. Little wiener dogs. I love it. But I've never really seen, that's actually one of the first times I've ever seen a wiener dog on its own. Because normally, if you see one wiener dog, there's like 3 or 4 right behind it. Yeah, they must have put in traffic cameras at all these lights. Don't like it. I mean, follow the rules, obey the law. It's more so speeding. I don't like that. I mean, if it's a red light thing, I get it. Like, that's definitely, but like, there's some places that'll nail you for speeding for doing like 3 over. This does not need to be a thing. The city doesn't need money that bad. And let's be honest, if I get a ticket for doing 3 over, it's going in the shredder. I don't care. Like, I'm not paying a ticket for doing 3 over. So if those are speeding cameras, not a chance. If you know cameras, let me know, because it pissed me right off. Wow, this headlight sucks. Oh, man. Well, hold on. Let me check it without the visor. Yep. No, still pretty bad. I hardly ever ride at night. And to be fair, I'm more than likely never going to ride an electric at night, just because anytime I ride, it's going to be at night with friends. I don't like riding at night by myself, just personal preference. But man, it definitely won't be this bike that I would choose at night. Hey, this is real horrible. We'll turn here. All right, 22 miles. See what the phone says. So I have a battery management system on all the bikes and the batteries that Amorge puts out, or Amorge, however you say that. So you can actually see, oh man, okay, 20 miles. Let's do it by the amp hour. So I have 18 amp hours, say 22.3 miles divided by 18 amp hours. So approximately 1.2 miles per amp hour. So if I multiply that out by 60, 75 miles. So I was right. We netted up just over 60 miles on the 48 amp hour battery. And this one at city riding would be 75. So you get about 25% more range, which makes sense because it's 25% more amp hour. And cool. So that's that. That's really good to know because that's right on par with where I wanted. Now I need to test the high-speed riding or rural riding. But for now, we're going to go ahead and shoot some bonus video because since I can calculate that out and know safely it would be about 75 miles, there's no reason, I think, to run it to half when I can just ride around and explore in super mode. But first, photo ops. Yeah. Something so polarizing about this color. To have the pink, but then the night, the darkness, it shows more like raspberry, I guess you could say. I love it. Love that color. That headlight sucks. I need to get a new one. But yeah, that looks so good. All right, done admiring. I'm sorry. Oh, it's just, it's one of those things. I take a lot of pride in the builds, and to be able to step back and enjoy it and just appreciate for what it is that, like, hey, I built that. Like, I built that. And other people are going to love it. I know people are going to love it. So I'm excited for other people to ride my stuff. And I just love spreading electric to the world because it is, a lot of people have never done it. And it's so crazy on a small bike like this. Go ahead and get out of one and then rip it, because this is really why people like electric, myself included. And then legit, it goes like, this is a 45-mile road. I will be up to 45 in like 25 feet. Like, it's so fast. Oh man, I cannot wait to get this thing on the track. And I normally roll the throttle. It's so fun. And that wasn't even fully pinned. That wasn't pinned at all. I was just kind of gently leaning on the throttle. It's so fun. So having the seat detent on this is so nice. Oh God, I can't even make sentences. It's so much fun. Having the seat detent on this bike helps hold your butt in, which I love, because on the Gen 3, you kind of feel like you're going to slide around a bit, and it's a little bit dangerous if you ask me, but I don't know, different prerogatives. I could see how people don't like the seat for longer distances, but when you're electric, you don't really have to worry about that because you're not going like super far distances. Oh, that pool made me cry because I had my visor up. So much fun. And I ought to get out the wife's Grom. She has a completely bone stock. Doesn't even have an intake on it. A bone stock Grom. And just compare the two, just to give people an actual example. Because a lot of people that are watching this video just have a Grom. That maybe they have an intake, exhaust, the basic modifications. But there's really no basis. If I tell you, if you're watching a video and I go, oh yeah, it's fast. Like, okay. But, that doesn't mean anything to somebody that doesn't know what my fast is, right? Everyone's fast is relative to what they think or know. So just to be able to give somebody a quantitative, like, this is a stock Grom and this is what I consider fast, is cool to be able to explain that better for people to understand. Oh, so good. And that's what I like most about this is you could blip the throttle at 40 or 50 and it'll still pull. And it just feels so smooth. So smooth. Woo! Weather's getting nicer. We're gonna get more videos out. I'm so excited. And I can't say this enough, guys. If you're watching this video to this point, thank you so much. I cannot express to you how much it means to me. Even if you didn't make it this far, I mean, even if a couple minutes, like, people that watch my content are people that I would have never expected. Like, I hear myself and I watch myself in video and I'm like, God, this is gross. And so I appreciate every single one of you, and it's so fun to be able to make stuff that other people enjoy and hopefully bring value to them as well. I appreciate you so, so much. So this is me just saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're going to turn left here. I'm going to turn on some music and jam out and enjoy the ride home. Again, thank you guys for coming along. We will see you on the next video. Until then, stay safe, have fun. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye.